Hello, hello, hello. This is Podcast versus the World, and I'm Cameron L. Abington. Your oops. Let me scoot over a little bit. I don't need to see my stair step there. Um, I'm your host. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the tariffs. Um, had some interesting news this week, so go a little bit over the news, a little this, a little that. Um, First of all, let's take care of a little bit of business, as they say. Podcast versus the world are on your favorite streaming sources. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're all over the joint. The email for us is podcast versus the world 76 at gmail.com. If you want to leave just anything, questions, concerns, comments, we love it all. Interaction is great. We appreciate it. Hey, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Let's keep the momentum going. Um, keep the engagement going. We appreciate all the comments and love we've been getting. We're on TikTok under Cameron Abington. Mm, The drive for five is still alive. We're working towards 5,000. We're getting there. We lose, we gain a few, lose a few. Like and subscribe, share our content, please, please, please. We're trying to get this thing rolling until it gets a little bigger and better, but we're getting there. Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there. So there's our little housekeeping. Um, let's see here this week. Me personally, let's see here. My son graduated. That was a great day. But anyway, let's talk tariffs. I think some of us are still confused on what is a tariff. So a tariff is like an extra tax on goods and service on goods. Could be services too, I guess. Um, Easiest way to explain a tariff. Let's say China sends over some goods. Now, understand this. Who pays the tariff? It's the person receiving the goods, right? Okay. Sometimes I think we misunderstand that. Just so we all understand, it's the person or company, the company receiving the goods or person. Used to be you could buy stuff from China and they had a loophole that if it was under a certain amount, you could get it without tariffs. Well, that loophole is closed now. Okay. The tariff right now is 145%, but Trump, who keeps negotiating against himself, I guess is how you would put it, said 80 sounds good. I said, okay, well, that's good. We're getting there, getting somewhere. But um, for the most part, how it works, China. So a company in America would go to China, would order like you would online from China, let's say $100 worth of product. Okay. China says, okay, they pay for the $100. Now, with the tariffs in place, before they can receive those goods, they have to pay the tariff itself of 145% times $100. Let's say the items are $100. That would be an extra, if I remember correctly, an extra $145 that they would have to pay to the government. Now, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of mom and pop stores that they can't afford that. I think I was watching CNN. There was they do baby. This company does baby products, and they had bought $500,000 worth of product from China because that's where all the your strollers and stuff like that's made, and it cost them an extra $445,000 to get the products. So, but not every company is Walmart. Walmart will be able to survive. Target will be able to survive. Name your big companies. Think about the Dollar Tree or the dollar stores and places like that. All their stuff is from China. It's made cheaply from China. What are we talking about? You understand what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Their shelves will be empty. Those MAGA hats you see people wearing, made in China. Where you gonna get your MAGA hats at? you know, it's crazy to me. It's going to hurt a lot of companies. And right now, our biggest seaports in America are in California, Los Angeles, and Long Beach. They ain't got no product coming in. Those guys are gonna be out of work. Trump said it was okay. It's a good idea. That's stupid. People losing their jobs. So we're affecting auto companies and we're affecting the shore workers plus truck drivers are going to be out of work. But these tariffs are a great idea. So whatever. But we did have good news. We had a nice little meeting with the UK and they had a framework of a deal. Now understand the word framework. Framework doesn't say the deal is done. It's just a outer shell. It's a framework. The the hard numbers were not there, and they won't be. The, the Prime Minister of England or whatever, wherever he is, of the UK, he has to go back home, sell it to Parliament. I believe that's how it works over there. And they have to all sit here and kind of go over the numbers and make sure the numbers are straight for them. They've been wanting a deal since 2016. Now, why we didn't get a deal with them, a deal done with them earlier, I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you why. We have a trade surplus with them, if you didn't know, right? Now, the good thing for us is we got our beef. Our beef will be able to go over there. Soybeans, that will help out the farmers when the deal is done. Not a thing will go over there until the deal is done. So, Trump was when he watched the when he watched the news report, that one guy, Moknik or whatever that guy's name is, his lips were he had a ring around his lips so dark and shit. You knew he was kissing. He kissed some ass, didn't he? Now, did you see that? Oh my god, that was terrible. We have the best negotiator. Trump's just sitting there like, yeah, that's me, knowing it was somebody in the background who won't get any credit, did all the damn work, but it's whatever. But people, it's just a framework. We don't know the final numbers. Now, of course, we're still at 10% because nothing was finalized. This wasn't the final deal. You didn't see Trump sign anything. You didn't see the Prime Minister of the UK sign anything. This was nothing but a framework, but it's a start. Another good news front on tariffs, as we just had a meeting with China. China's hurting too. Okay, they laid off. I think I heard 60,000 workers. You know, they're hurting too, and we need to do this. But boy, there's a better way. Tariffs don't get you anywhere. This is hurting America bad. From what I understand, the car industry in America, the car workers are not happy about this deal with the UK. Okay, they are not happy. Okay, it aided the auto industry people because it aided to where the Jaguars will be able to come in a little cheaper. They were paying 27.5% of a tariff to 10%. So yeah, Jaguars and Land Rovers will be cheaper when they get the deal done. Up to 100,000 cars. Well, I mean, people buy fucking Jaguars and that shit. You know, It does help the beef and ethanol for America. So that helps out a lot of the people. All right. Hmm. Sitting and reading this, that says this will expected to protect thousands of jobs in the UK. I don't hear not so much for America. But remember, this is just a framework. This is a framework. Um, but it's good. It's a start. It's the sixth biggest economy we're dealing with. But let's be very honest. Let's just cut to the bull. Let's just cut it. Let's just cut it. Let's just cut to the bull. Let's cut to the chase. Until I see Japan, China, Canada, or Mexico trading with us is a waste of time. You're wasting my damn time. Those are the ones I want to see. I want to see the one, especially China. That's the one. If he can negotiate a great deal with China, I will come over here. I will come on this show and I will say, "Great job, Mr. President." The UK was an easy one. That was a layup. They've been wanting the deal. This helps them out. It gives us a little bit, but this doesn't fix the problem with China. And the reason why we have a problem with China, and I think it could have been over with, it goes back to Zelensky. When President Zelensky came over here and Trump and JD Vance acted like a bunch of assholes, the president of China, President G, I think his name G or Yi, something like that. I'm saying his name, I'm screwing his name all to hell. He saw that and he said, "You will not get me over there to have them two assholes sit here and treat me like that. I will not go for it. Not happening." And that's what he said. You can find this stuff on different YouTube channels and different TikToks where people actually watch state TV over there. And they're like, no, he ain't with it. He don't want to mess with it. Don't want nothing to do with it. Can't blame him. Do you blame him? Would you want to come here and mess with America after watching all that on TV? If you watch that, you're like, ain't the way in hell you'll get me over there. Keep my ass right where I'm at. All right. So another thing I was reading, and also a good thing is it gets us to their pharmaceutical, right? We'll see what the final price is. Like I said, this is just a framework. Be happy that they did it. They're patting themselves on the ass, but until it's done, people, it's framework. What does a framework mean? A framework is like it's an unfinished house. There you go. If you saw the framework of a house, it doesn't have its siding, doesn't have its wires, it doesn't have anything, and it's just a framework. It gives you an idea what the house could look like when it's done, but the house isn't done yet. That's what a framework of any. So if you ever hear the words framework, that's what it means. It means it's not done, unfinished, unproven. It's not done yet. We don't know what it's going to look like. We have an idea. Doesn't prove anything. It just says, "Oh, this is what it could look like." If everything goes according to plan, it'll be a big, beautiful house. But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. It's just a framework, people. So just calm down. I was reading all the TikTokers and some of the right wingers. They were like, "Oh God, this is the most beautiful thing ever. This is oh my God, we have to sit here and this and that." And I'm like, okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. Until it's in writing, until you see it in writing, it's just talk. Like I said, this bill is going to change. This framework could change. That's what they're not telling you. That's what the news isn't telling you. That's what your favorite right wingers aren't telling you. Let me be the first one to tell you. This could change. Could change in a heartbeat. it could change, could look totally different. It's gotta go through its own process over there in the UK, United Kingdom. Gotta go through their process. They got to look at it and kick the tires on and say if it's a good deal or not. Who the hell knows? This thing probably get changed 10 or 15 times. Who the hell knows? It's gonna take months before it's ratified. So just something to keep in mind. While that happens, our country goes into a recession because they can't get this China thing figured out. We'll see how long this takes. We shall see. I have no idea. I wish I could give everybody good news and say, oh, it's coming soon. They got it figured out. Listen, China can wait. China is letting their people know we will wait. We'll figure out how to get you what you need because China needs us as much as we need them. Let's just be honest about it. I don't think a lot of people are saying that. So let's be honest. We're the biggest buyer of crap in the whole world. We got all the money, right? Now Trump is using that to his advantage. Just say, hey, we got the money. You want some of it, it's going to cost you. But you're going to take some of our products and we're not going to have all this, how you're doing our products, which is true. And I'm pretty sure another part of the deal with China is going to be about IPs, intellectual properties. It is known over in China that if you take your stuff over there, it is known, which I think I talked about this before, that they manufacture stuff and then they sell it underneath their own name for half the price. Gucci bags or whatever whatever stuff they make, the shoe, Balenciaga, I think it's made over there. Half the price. My son got a pair of Balenciagas that he wears around. $200. They're $3,000 pair of shoes. Made in the same factory, made right next to the net. One goes to Balenciaga where they put all their final stuff. The other one they just sell. And I mean, same damn shoe. Same shoe. No difference. It's not a different quality. There's no difference. The same shoe. But that's what we're talking about. It's the same stuff. I'm pretty sure that they're going to have a good deal. IPs hopefully will be discussed. Intellectual properties. There's a lot of people that get ripped off when they go, because if you've ever watched Shark Tank, which I love Shark Tank. I love Shark Tank. But if you watch it, IPs are stolen all the time over in China. But the flip side, they can manufacture your stuff for cheap. Where right now we can't. And another reason why America needs China is they got all the minerals that we buy a lot of our weapons from. We buy them. We get them from there. So we kind of need them, you know. But hopefully the Zelensky deal that we made, they have earth minerals over there that we need. Okay. And in the Ukraine, hopefully that kind of works to our favor. We shall see. We shall see. Got a lot of stuff going on. The violence in India and Pakistan, pay attention, everybody. These people have nuclear weapons. I am praying that Donald Trump gets off his behind and they try to get this thing, they try to get a ceasefire sooner than later. We may have to get involved. These people have nuclear weapons. You don't want to see that get to that level. You know, maybe we'll get another country involved, have bilateral talks. Ooh, sorry about that. We have bilateral talks. We'll see where that goes. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. You know, just stuff to keep your eye out this week. Pay attention. Pay attention. They're getting the people, the jurors for the Diddy trial. That will be interesting. Be very interesting. See how that works out. Oh, and another thing that's been going on, been kind of sneaking under the radar with this whole Gulf of America crap. But just they're just trying to keep you looking at something else while they're in your pockets. The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. People, let's go to a couple conclusions. Now, Trump said he didn't like the guy. People, that's a lie. We all need to come to this kind of agreement. When they open those files, Trump's name is going to be all through it. They are going to be all through it. Okay. I'm not trying to say anything bad about Trump. I don't believe Trump's a pedophile. I don't believe all that. But his name will be in the record. For better or for worse, his name will be there. Now, I don't believe he's that type of person to mess with little kids, but he hung around a guy that messed with little kids. Okay. How much he knew? I have no idea. Don't know. I don't know if anybody knows. I don't know if what Trump knew. When did he find out? But according to, there was a guy that was writing a book on Epstein. He said him and Trump were best friends. Trump's name gonna be all through it. Pam Bondi is hiding that information. Everybody, your attorney general, she has the file. She knows what she's reading. She's not stupid. They've had it for a while. She said they're holding it because there's a lot of sex with little kids and all that, which is just disgusting. But we know they were best friends. I don't know why we're hiding that fact. But we need to give the president the benefit of a doubt. I don't believe he did that with little kids. I will say that right here, right now. I will say that. I don't believe it. Okay. But we need to face the facts. His name is going to be in those documents. There's going to be a lot of people whose name, there's going to be a lot of people's names that are in those documents that you're going to know. Just like with the Diddy trial, there are going to be people's names that were at the Diddy parties. Diddy had a lot of people. He knew a lot of. He was a powerful man. These two cases going to coincide with each other. Yes, there are going to be famous preachers, televangelists, as they say. Maybe your favorite talk show hosts. Maybe your favorite musicians that were with Diddy, and the same may be of Epstein. Be ready. I don't want you to be caught off guard and everybody's like, oh God, I can't believe it. Oh no. Not my Diddy, not my guy. Guys, be ready. They didn't hang out with Epstein. Yeah. Epstein was a powerful guy. When you're rich and powerful and you're making friends like with Donald Trump, you think Donald Trump didn't say, hey, celebrity A, here's a friend of mine, Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey comes, shakes his hand, seems like a very personable guy. Most guys in that position are. They're very personable. Hey, what do you do for a living? Well, I do real estate. Then he gets in and then go from there. But these guys like that, I mean, they're charming as hell. Bad people, terrible people. The Diddy stuff. Diddy was a powerful man, one of the top music makers. Like when I was a kid in the '90s, he was the main guy. He was the main man. I just remember he used to have those white parties they call them up there in the Hamptons or whatever. How many rich people you think were up there? Like I said, there are going to be names of people that you're going to recognize in both cases. Please, before we start throwing rocks, let's give people a chance to explain themselves. Now, if they're on video doing stuff, hey, well, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what to say. Yikes! But those are the breaks, man. Those are the breaks. I want to end it today. We talking about little news of the week. I want to end this week with a special. This is something I've been on my mind. I want everybody to know here. This is a safe place for us to talk. I know we don't have a lot of listeners, right now, which is it's cool. We'll build. We're gonna get there. We'll get there. I'm an American. I love this country more and more each day. Each day, I love it more and more. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an American first. All I want for this country is to be great. If Trump is the way, Trump is the way. If Trump's not the way, he needs to get the hell out. We have to stop being so tribalized. My tribe versus your tribe. That's so old. It's so played out. This podcast is made for people with open mind who want to listen and for us all to understand that it's not Republican versus Democrat here. This is for America. I want America to prosper. I want us to be the greatest nation ever. And how you get there, we got to do it together. We can't do it apart. I have a feeling if things go the way I think it's going to go, Mr. Trump's going to find that out here very shortly, probably in the midterms, with the way things are going. That you're going to have to see him have a new the style of how he's doing things. Because now we're seeing more Republicans stepping up, saying, I can't agree with the Medicaid cuts. I can't agree with this. I can't agree with that. And they're standing up. I'm generally surprised, but proud in another sense. Finally, this know nothing Congress is starting to do their job. We're seeing changes all over the place. The Democratic Party starting to change. This David Hogue, Hogg, I think that's how you say his name. I love this kid. I love this guy. 25 years old. He's a lion. And I love it. I love it. I love that he wants to, you've heard this before, shock the system. Kind of the way Trump shocked the system for Republicans. Came with his own style. This kid, I say kid, this young man is shocking the system, and I love it. And he's making some of these people who's been in the Democratic Party nervous. They're nervous. They're nervous people. Nervous is good. It's good. If you're not getting your job done, get out. Let's get some of these young blood in. Let's get some of these young lions into the den. I love it. David, if you're listening, you got my vote. I love it. I love to see young guys come in and get it done. Young ladies, young men. And like another person who I believe is starting to become a party leader is AOC. I love her. Love her to death. Start really watching her after Trump won the election, but she won hers and she made the she thought about why and she asked her some constituents why. And they pretty much told her the whole trans thing, the pronouns or whatever, the they them, they weren't with it. She stopped. Now some people don't like that Bernie and her is going all over the country. I love it. You can't have a message, talking to yourself. I mean, that's just real. She's active on social media. I love it. I love it. I love what she's doing. I love what Bernie's doing. You're seeing we talked a little bit about it last week, a nationalist movement, a populist movement. Excuse me, populist movement. You're seeing it you saw it from Trump and it worked. You're seeing the Democrats going to this populist movement, which is where they should have always had been. I never understood why they went away, you know? But when big money comes into politics, that's where people put their focus. Big money ruined the Democratic Party. It's ruining our country now with the way Trump's running things. I mean, it's true. The way he's running things, yeah, it's big money. It's ruining the country. When you have people like Elon Musk and Doge, which is a total joke, they're not saving you money, people. If you look through the receipts, they're not saving you money. Now, if you listen to Steve Bannon, they're doing something else nefarious. What it is, I have no idea. We'll find out one way or another. I'm just, putting this out there. But let me reiterate again. This podcast is for America. I am a country over party person. I've said that for years. I've also said in my own private life that Republicans and Democrats are two heads of the same snake. Democrats haven't always done good for black folks. As a black man, every 4 years, that's when they won't worry about black agenda. That's when they come back to the black neighborhoods. That's when they start talking about the black problems. Now you won't hear nothing. You won't hear nothing. Black folks, we gotta start waking up. I say that to all groups. Latinos, my Asian American community, Indians, pay attention. How often do you hear the subjects of your communities brought up? Yeah, every 4 years. Every 4 years, they bring it up. And then we talk about, gun control, abortion, the same shit. Every 4 years, it gets kind of old. I want somebody now to come out early and tell us what you're going to do for the communities. What are you going to do for us poor folks? Hmm? What about all the people that lost their jobs because of these tariffs? We'll see. Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. How you gonna take care of that? I keep hearing these no taxes on tips or what. People, how you think this is gonna work? They said the no taxes on overtime. That's gonna kill people who work in the oil field. They're gonna do 20% of it. The rest of it will be taxed. It's in the bill. They say. Look it up. Maybe we'll go over it sometime. These tariffs by Mr. Trump are not gonna pay for everything. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. This is Podcast versus the World, the safe space, balls and strikes, baby. I don't work for no Republican group. I don't work for no Democratic group. I work for you. I'm your voice. I am your voice. I can't be the only person thinking this way. And I'm not, I know I'm not. Tell your friends. Now we have somebody who talks just like us. I'm just a normal guy from Kansas, people. Nothing special about me. You probably heard my voice. Hear the twang, as they say. I'm just a normal man who one day got tired of listening to the same rhetoric on our news and our shows. And I said, well, what about just the truth? I just want to hear the truth. Then let me decide. Do I put my opinion? Of course I do. But I give you the information. Then I decipher it my way. Not everybody's going to agree with me. That's cool. I ain't got a problem with that. Don't agree with me. I ain't got a problem with that. That's okay. So this is Podcast versus the World, where we ask the questions that people are afraid to ask. People are afraid. People are afraid to sit here and ask the questions. We are Podcast versus the World, and we are watching. We will bring up the subjects that people don't want to. I was one of the first ones to bring up about the little kids in court. If you haven't heard about that story, I have a whole podcast about it. Look it up. Look it up. It's the one with the judge looking over the little um, immigrant child. It's sad. That's one that I was really proud of. And I mean, what we're doing to little immigrant kids is just ridiculous. It's there. Tell your friends to tell a friend. This is Podcast versus the World. Email podcast versus the world 76 at gmail.com. I am on all your podcast locations, YouTube. Look us up on YouTube. Hey, we're not getting enough views on YouTube. Tell your friends, look us up on YouTube. All right. I'm very accessible. Any questions that you have, you put in the chat, I will respond. Um, Facebook, it's under Cameron Abington. You'll see my Podcast versus the World logos and different little cartoons that I make for the show. We just now started putting stuff on Instagram, Blue Sky, X. We're just all over the place, man. If you see us, hey, engage with us. I appreciate all the engagement of anything you guys have to say. I really do appreciate it. I love the conversation that we're having. Okay. Um, I do appreciate it. This has been another episode of Podcast versus World. We do this right now. We're doing 2 days a week, sometimes 3. If I can get third one in, life kind of gets me too. It's been a bit. This last week was very busy on many different fronts. The 10th was the day my mother passed. What, 5 years ago, maybe? But I can't forget. But my son graduated, so there you go. Mixed feelings for a day. All right. This is Podcast versus the World. God bless. Abington out.